स्क्रीन दिख रहा हूँ?
Yes, bhai. You can see.
Okay, so we are on EC2. Okay, so EC2, the AWS has many services. Okay, in that EC2 is one of the important service. You can make it star, so it will come into your favorite services. Okay, why? Because all the servers and the build related stuff will come into EC2. Okay, so we are looking into the EC2 stuff. So if you go by tabs, okay, in the left side, so every Amazon is in every few months they are releasing some new features. Okay, if you see here, see reserve instance new, something new came. Okay, so if you don't know what is this, if you just click here, okay, so you will if you want to read about this, so can you see info, reserve instance info. So here they will, the reserve instance page list all your reserve instances in the current selected AWS region. You can change with column blah blah blah. So if you want to learn more about reserve instances, so just click here, so they will open into the in another tab. So Amazon is wonderful in the documentation. Their documentation, by end of this course you will love their documentation, because everything you just Google it, so you will see exactly what what is this. Okay, so they are simply they are good in documentations. So in the left side tabs, if you go with the tabs and all, okay, so by default there is a dashboard. Okay, so what we need to see always, in which region you are. Okay, then what is the username you connected, then in the dashboard, is anything left here, instance, volume or something is there, all are zero. Okay, and you will see the default VPC is here by default. Okay, then if you come down, you will see the health of region. Can you see, right now we are in North Virginia. Okay, North Virginia, this service is operating normally. Okay, North Virginia has 6 availability zone. It is also called AZs, AZ1, AZ2, AZ3, AZ5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 are there. Okay, then uh, in the dashboard, name web server. Configure security group. For the security group, I already have existing one for the Microsoft servers. Salman by IP is still assigned here. And finally launch. And the key pair, I already have Microsoft key. Let me just see. Download Microsoft key. Yeah. Or I already have a web server as well. So I can use that key. Web server. Two options. Either you create it once and use it multiple times, or you can create every time. So launch instance. So my instance is getting ready. Okay. So here security group is EC2 volumes. So backup. Okay. Backup yesterday we have seen backup are saved in form of AMIs. Backup AMIs can be copied from one region to another region. These backups of the server you can copy from one region to another region. We will see that once today. Then EBS. EBS is nothing but a point in time snapshot of the EBS volume. Can be used baseline for the new volume of data backup. If you make periodic snapshot of a volume, the snapshot are incremental. So snapshot is something. If you have today, if suppose you have taken the snapshot, and till tomorrow you got some more data on that server. If you take that snapshot, it will just add whatever the new files came. Okay, that is called incremental. Okay, so EBS snapshot is nothing but your C drive, D drive, E drive, those snapshots. So snapshot is, you can say, it is nothing but the backup. Okay, and what is AMI? AMI is nothing but the complete backup of the server. All the drives will come into that backup. Okay, so remember that point. AMIs and snapshots both are different. Okay, and EBS means, EBS means nothing but your drives, right? AMIs is nothing but your Amazon machine images. EC2, elastic computing, right? And volumes, yeah, volumes is nothing but your drives. Okay, then what else, okay, let us see. Okay, so let me see what is the status of my server. It is initializing. So if I go into detail, just click here, so you will see the detail of your server. So you can see a detail. Web server. Okay, instance is running. Instance type is T2 micro. Then public IP, private IP. Public's DNS, private DNS. Can you see this? This DNS is default one. Okay, by default amazon.com they will give you the DNS too. Okay, elastic IP address. See, there is no elastic IP address because you already have a public IP address. If you don't have public IP address, you can use the elastic IP address. Okay, which this server in which region, this information is given here. If you come down, AMI's AMI is the Amazon machine image. Okay, this is the AMI ID which you used. So the name is Windows Server, this one. So these details, the standard and all. And web, see, key pair, web server key, you use this one. Okay, so if you come down, so some more details are there. So this is a details. If you want to see the security of this particular server, then you can see what is the security group associated to it. See, this is the these are the rules, inbound and outbound rules associated to this. Networking. If you go to the networking, so you will see these are all the networking parts: public IP, private IP, VPC, subnet, which availability zone. See, US East 1A. Okay. Then if you come down, network interface. So by default, when you create the server, so one ENI, this is called the ENI, network interface. So it will get assigned. You can add multiple interfaces to the instance. Okay, you can add that also. Let's say you have a firewall. So firewall required one interface outside, one interface inside. So you can create the interface here, okay, in this tab, and associate that interface to this instance. So it will get connected to this instance. Okay, I will show you how to in the firewalls how we can do that. Then storage. Storage is nothing but the see this volume 30 GB. It is attached. It is showing. Okay, and let us see if it is done. There we go. Our server is ready. So how can I connect? Before connecting, I need to generate the password. Connect here. Go to RDP client. Get password. So it is asking, please provide web server key. Browse it. Web server key. Decrypt password. There we go. You got the password. Just save this password somewhere. Now go to EC2. Refresh it. You will see one instance is running. So web server. Then public IP address. Copy the public IP address. Go to RDP. Remote REMO. Remote desktop connection. Put the IP address here. Connect. The default username is administrator. Okay. And copy this password. Okay. So I'm into the server. So now say no. So if you want to see CMD, if you want to see the IP address, IP config. So you have this server. This is your internal IP address. Okay. So if you want to ping internet 8.8.8.8, you can. Okay. In the server, see this server is able to reach to internet. Why? Just because it has the public IP address 44.192.61.96. This is the public IP address. That's why you are able to reach to internet. Okay. Let's say let's find out here. Google. So while browsing, it will ask you want to add the google.com. Yes, add it. Add close. Okay. So like this, they will ask you many things. Limit. So now search here. What is my public IP address? Public IP. See, I'm in the instance. I'm searching for this one. So, so here you can just search this. What is my public IP address? It will ask you to add it because there is some security settings in the servers default. That's why it is asking every URL to be added. So we need to. This is the initial pane only. Okay. Can you see the public IP address is 44.192.61.96. My server got this public IP address. That's why I'm able to reach to internet. Okay, this IP address is nothing but with the same IP address I have done the RDP. Can you see this? This IP address has, that's why I'm able to run the RDP. Okay, so that's one thing. So okay, now let's go here and look at our PC. This PC. So right now we have a C drive which is nothing but around 30 GB. Okay, 30 GB. So let me see if I can create one folder. Okay, so I have one file here. So in the C drive, okay. So what we decided is the C drive, it is not sufficient. We need to have another volume. So this is called a volume. So we need to have a D drive. Okay. How to get that? So first there are some steps. Listen very carefully. How to increase the drives. Okay. So one thing to be noticed when you create instance. So by default that volume will show here because every instance will have some volume. Can you see? This is the volume automatically it came. That C drive 30 GB. Okay. If I want, I can take the snapshot of this volume. So that snapshot will come here. So it is which is nothing but the backup. Okay. Create a snapshot. Uh, in C drive. Web server C. Create snapshot. Close it. So the backup of this volume is creating here. Okay. So that's one thing. So now our next agenda is we need to add another volume. Okay. Volume is nothing but drives. So right now we have a C, that server is having C drive. So what we can do is first we need to create the volume. Create volume. Okay. So which volume you want? General purpose or what? So I'm selecting magnetic standard one. Okay. What is the how much GB you want? I want 10 GB. Okay. In which availability zone? This is very important. you need to find out in, see if your server is in another availability zone, so you cannot create volume in availability zone B. Why? Because both are different data centers. Okay, so your server is in availability zone 1A, then you need to find out, you need to create the in the same. Okay, then snapshot ID, you have some snapshot ID, so this is optional. Tag, if you want to give some name to that tag, so I will say uh, web server, instead of C I will say D drive. Let's say this is my D drive, web server D. Okay, so in the US East 1 availability zone, I'm creating a 10 GB hard disk. So I just created. So one thing to be noticed, it doesn't mean that you created there and it will come automatically here. You just refresh it, so don't expect that it will come here. First you need to get it. See right now, you need to create it and associate it to your server. Okay, so now can you see this web server? Okay, let me make it, name is C. Okay, so this is your default one. 30 GB is nothing but your C drive. Okay, and can you see it is showing in use? Okay, in use. And where it is used, if you want to see, you can see, okay, it is attached to this particular server I0B484, and in the bracket web server is the our instance name. Okay, now but this one is available, and can you see availability zone, both are the same. Okay, so let me create one another volume in another availability zone, and let's see what will happen. So magnetic standard, let me create 5 GB, and I will create it in, let's say D, available another availability zone, and let me see. Let's say the name is uh, web server CD. Let me create it as a web server E. Create volume, close it. Okay, so now you have one volume, 10 GB in availability zone A, and one volume 5 GB in D. Okay, now we want to associate this to the server. Okay, now if I go select here, let's select first D. So do you see any attachment here? No, there is no attachment here, so that's why it is showing available. So if I go here action, can you see this attach volume? So when you say attach volume, so you don't see, can you see, it is asking in to which instance this volume to be attached. No matching running, any instance is available in US East 1D. It means we we don't have any server in US East 1D, that availability zone. Cancel it. Similarly, let's see this one. Okay, D drive, when I say attach, which is in availability zone A, attach volume, can you see here? See, one, it is showing one server is running there. It means the volume should be in the same availability zone. So that's why I can select this one. Okay, device is default. Now attach here. Okay, now can you see the status is showing now in use? Yes, in use. So this drive, E drive, I cannot use it because I created in this availability zone. So if you have any server in that availability zone, you can attach that there. So right now I don't want, so I can go ahead and delete it. Delete the volume. It will give you, yes, delete it. Okay. So now C drive was attached here to our web server, which is 30 GB. and now the D drive, it is attached to our web server, which is nothing but the 10 GB. Okay, now let's go to server and look at here, refresh it. Array, where is it? We did not get that D drive. It will not come here. So once you done it, you attach here, right? So your console work is done. So in the server, you need to go to the server, okay, and in the server, you need to go to server manager, okay, server manager. There is option here, server manager. Just click here. It will take you to the server manager tab. Okay. Now just go to all servers. Local server. Okay. All servers. So you can see this is your server details. Okay. If you come down, local server. Okay. Should we manage dashboard? Okay, here we go. See, when you start, when you go to the server manager, you need to wait for a few minutes. Then you will see this tab, file and storage service. Just click here. Okay. So here you are seeing there is one thing called online. Okay, which is nothing but your C drive. So if you go to volumes, okay. So currently it is saying there is a 30 GB volume here. Disk. Okay. Can you see here? We got a new volume here, which is nothing but it is showing offline, which has the 10 GB stuff. So you need to right click it and bring it online first. Okay, bring it online. Then go to volume back. Storage pools. Storage pools. Servers. If I go to servers back and here there should be something to attach. So I'm just searching rules and features. Okay. So if I go to volume again, so currently it is still showing C drive. I should get a D drive also. So there is some online. Okay, after the online, okay, new. Okay, this one disk which we take from the Amazon. So now you need to create the new disk, new volume. Okay, just say next. Okay, this is the 10 GB. Say next. So the selected disk will be brought online and initialized as a GPT disk. To continue, okay. You want to resize it, resize it. Next, what name you want to give? D drive, E drive, this drive. So I want to give the D drive. Next. And file system and NTFS or what? Just say yes. Great. So now we are attaching a D drive, a new volume to your server. Close it. So now can you see the another disk got attached. So if I go back here, go to the server. Okay, can you see it? Here we go. You got the new volume, new drive, D drive. So you can create whatever you want, whatever the data you want. Okay, you can create the folders. New volume is my D drive. Enjoy the storage. You got it? So what we did is there are multiple steps. Okay, you need to okay, now see here my C drive and D drive came here. Okay, so what we did, we created the volume here. Okay, then it means we reserve it from the Amazon. Then it will not come directly here. You need to go to the server manager. In the server manager you need to go to file and storage services, go to the disk, make it online first, and then create that so that it will come to your server. So if you go to volume now, can you see you are seeing two volumes here. This one to do this back. So let's move back here. D drive. So if I go to the snapshot, so I have a backup of C drive. So what I can do is I can take a backup of D drive also, because I created it, right? So I can go here and I can create a snapshot. Web server D. That's a snapshot. It means whatever the files there are currently, so those backups came here, snapshots. Okay. So in case that server got terminated or server got deleted, so you will have a backup of your D drive and C drive. Okay. So you can go and restore that. Okay. So if I go to volume here, okay, now this is something we attach. So if you want to increase the volume, how to do that? So I'm into volume, go here, modify volume. Size was 10 GB, so let's make it 15. Modify it. Or you want to modify volume, let me it may take some time to perform changes full effect. You may need to extend OS file system volume to any newly allocated space. So please learn this they are saying. Say yes. Volume got modified. So if you refresh it, see now it is showing 15 GB. See, did I did anything? No, I did not stop my server, nothing. So it's showing in use. Okay, it is still, I think the umber, it should be green actually. It is still doing something. So once you add it from here, you need to go to server. Okay, and here to the server, it will not add it here automatically. See, it is still 10 GB here. So what you need to do, you need to go back to the server manager, and just refresh here. Go to volume. Here you are seeing this one. Go to disk. Can you see here? Uh, Storage pool, disk, volume, servers. It is not yet came. Let me see what happened. Still loading and may take little more time to display. So 30 GB as default D drive. It is 15 GB now. Okay, can you see optimizing 99%? It is not fully ready. See, that's why I was saying 99% is optimized. So once it is green, then you will see that visible there. Optimizing. It is optimizing. Volume modifier standard to this one. See, 10 GB to this one you added. Attached. Okay. It will take time. So this is how. So this is you need to play around this one. Okay, but make sure once you okay, this is the backup, right? So if you want, you can create AMIs also. So AMI is nothing but you need to take it from the snapshot. So let's say when you say create a snapshot, okay, so it will ask you, do you need a snapshot of volume or instance? See, when I say instance, so I can provide my instance ID. This is the web server. So it will ask you your web server has two volumes. So you can say exclude root volume. Let's say no, I don't want root. Like C drive generally we don't take because it's a like operating system only. Okay, so I can exclude the root volume, right? And tag backup. So create a snapshot. So once you create a snapshot, then you can create the AMI of that snapshot. Okay, see, you, snapshot you can take a volume snapshot, also instance snapshot. Okay, and when you create the snapshot, then after that you need to create the AMI. And let's go to volume. What happened here? It is still showing 99%. Sure. Check status, monitoring. Okay, let me go here and let's refresh here. Check, refresh. disk. Okay, came. Perfect. Can you see this? In the disk, we got the 15 GB now. Previously, it was 10 GB. So, 15 GB came. So, now you need to go and uh, new volume. So, what you can do, you're using the same one, the same disk. Next. Okay, so that 5 GB is came. Next. Okay, so D drive. I want to don't assign to a drive letter or folder. Don't assign to drive. No, it is creating a new drive which we don't want. We want no folders. Something. This is something. 1 second. Because you want to cancel it. Yes, I want to cancel it. So what we did is we modified the volume. So what we are expecting, we want this to be 15 GB. We don't want E drive. So for that, what we can do is volume storage pool, because there should be option to attach that. It's been long time. I also have done this since long time. There are some new features also. Okay, reset disk. Reset disk is something. Okay, create, because it is asking clearly creating new volume, which we don't want, right? Because when we are increasing the size, so I am suspecting the data will go gone from there, because there are two options: either you take offline it and create a new volume with the fresh 15 GB, or reset disk. Reset disk means my data will gone from there. New volume. Next, server and disk. This is the disk. Next, it is giving me 5 GB. Next, it is saying E drive, which we don't want. The following folder. Don't assign to a drive letter or folder. Okay, then where to assign? Okay, volume label. Volume label. If I say D, what will happen? Next, no, it is showing the free spare 5 GB only. No, this option is not good. So we need to find out something here. 15 GB sign here. Okay, can you see now it is showing green? 1 second, let me connect to the charger. Otherwise, my laptop will shut down. Oh, let's see it on the server side. Refresh it. Here we go. It was so simple. Modifying is so simple. Yes. See, now 10 GB to 15 GB done. So do we have a data still? Yes, we have the data. So this is something. This is okay. Now what I can do, the snapshot which I have taken before, that was 10 GB, right? Where is it? See, now I have a 15 GB. So let's say after adding the 15 GB, I added some more data here. Okay. So let me take the snapshot of D drive again. Let's see what will happen. Create a snapshot. D15 snap. So if you go to the snapshot, I should have four now. See, now this is the one with the latest one, which has 15 GB data. So the previously we had a 10 GB data, right? We have that backup. So and also we have taken the backup of web server. That is nothing but the instance backup. So with the use of snapshot of this one, you can create a AMI. Okay, create image. So it will tell you what you want. Okay, so you can just image and just it is tell you, it will tell you what are the default things and all, just create it. So this is nothing but you are creating a complete server backup, and that will come into the AMI. So now, okay, now what we did, we created a new volume, D drive. Okay, we default it was C drive only, so we created a new volume saying D with the mm, 10 10 GB. We attach that. Then we thought, no, we want some more, so we modify the volume and we increase here, right? So guys, if you created this and you left this lab, you know, you will get charged for everything. So that's why don't go into the advanced level. So how we increment, right? Similarly, you need to decrement that. Like the thing, how we step forward, the now backward will be the same thing. Now, if you want to delete the lab, you cannot go and come here directly delete the volume. No, it will not. It will not come. If you come here, if you try to delete this, you need to remove it from the server. Okay, let's say delete. Okay, detach volume. This is something that's good, but you cannot delete it. There is no delete option actually. Delete is disabled. Can you see this? Delete is disabled right here. Why? Because this volume is attached to this server. There is a dependency. You cannot delete this. So what they are saying, you need to, like how you attach, right? Now similarly you need to detach this, then release it from the server, then you can delete it. Okay. So for that, okay, if I try to detach, what will happen? Yes, it will detach you, but it will take some time detaching. Can you see this? And now this 15 drive is available. But if you go to the server, if you go to the server, okay, yes, gone. The D drive is gone. Can you see it? Yes. When you are detached, it is gone. That's fine. That's good news. So you no need to come here into server manager and do offline, inline, those things. So if I refresh it, yes, that volume gone. If you go to this, yeah, nothing's there. So we are good with that. So we detach that. Now, once you detach, then you can delete it. See, there is a delete option now. deleted, volume deleted. Then snapshots. Similarly, snapshots, if you want, keep it with you, but it will get charged to you. But I'm selecting all and I'm deleting all my snapshots because I don't want to get charged. Okay. Then volumes. See, this volume you cannot. Why? Because if you try to do this, let's see what it will tell you. Detach. See, error. So C drive, which is nothing but the primary, you cannot delete it. Root volume, this is actually the root volume. You cannot detach it. Why? Because when you terminate the instance, automatically this will gone. Okay. So finally, I will come here to my instance and I will shut down this, terminate this. So very important topics. Elastic EBS, Elastic Block Store. We played around with storage, C drive, D drive, increase, adding the drives, modifying the drives, taking the backup, right? So this is how we take the backup. This is our day-to-day activity. Okay. So tomorrow, because before moving to the load balancer, we will see it later because these are something advanced topics. So there are some topics called monitoring. So we have a cloud watch. So what we will do, we will learn it tomorrow. So in case this server went down, so you will get an alerts. We will call, there is one service called SNS, simple uh, notification service. So you can configure your email address. You will get an email of the alert that your server is went down, something. So we will touch those features because they are related to the EC2 instances. So we'll cover that topics tomorrow. So tomorrow, till now you were aware only the EC2. So tomorrow we will touch this one. Management and governance. Cloud Watch. We'll see the Cloud Watch. We'll also see the Cloud Trail and SNS. Where is the SNS? Hello SNS, where are you, man? SNS. Simple notification service. Or if you don't find that, just put it here. SNS. Can you see? Simple notification service. So we will see it tomorrow. So guys, while watching, it looks very good. Nadim bhai is doing very good because I'm already working on this. So you need to do have the practice of this. You need to, because as I told, this is your day-to-day activity.
One quick question that I have is, what are the common issues? Well, I mean, this can't be this straightforward in real time, right? You may have encountered some issues. So, at a high level, can you just give me some examples?
Hmm. So right now we are in the very beginning step. Okay, you need to
Okay.
know many services, and once you understand the services and collaborate them, then we will then I will explain you the day-to-day issues and day-to-day operation work. Then you will understand. If I tell you today, okay, if something happened, then you need to go to VPC, go to subnet, check the load balancer. Do you know the load balancer? Do you know the target group? No, you don't know. So now we are in the just beginning step. Okay, so your answer is, I will give you at the like once we are on some maturity level of the AWS, that time you will understand. Because right now
Okay.
you are only familiar with the EC2. Now after some time we will see again. You need to see IAM rules are there. So those things you need to learn. So many things are coming in your bucket. So after that we will see that. Okay, day to day
Okay.
operation.
Okay.
ओके भाई प्रैक्टिस करो